এখন নিস্টি প্ল্যান্টেশন ট্যুরস। এখানে আমাকে 200 টাকা করে পার হেড টিকিট কাটতে হলো, 200 পার পারসন। এখন এটা রাখো, আমরা ঢুকছি এখানে। কফি প্ল্যান্টেশন ট্যুর দেখবো, গাইডের সঙ্গে যাচ্ছি। আর তার সঙ্গে আছে এই যে কফি প্ল্যান্টেশন।
Okay, ma'am. From here we are starting our trip, ma'am. Okay, gently, sir. In a coffee, sir. We are having three types of coffee. We are having in a world, ma'am. Three types of coffee. That is Robusta, Arabica, and Liberian variety. I repeat, sir. Robusta, Arabica, and Liberian variety. Three varieties we are having. But in India, we are growing only the two varieties, sir. That is Robusta and Arabica. Only we are growing. That last variety is a Liberian variety. It is not grown in India. It is grown only in Brazil and Kenya. Only they are growing, and they are using for dark chocolates. They are using dark chocolates. You are getting sir. For that purpose, we are using. And the two varieties are Robusta and Arabica, sir. Robusta, generally, ma'am, Robusta will be stronger variety, so we are using for filter purpose. Filter coffee, you are getting sir. For that purpose, we are using a Robusta. And Arabica, we are using for instant purpose, like a brew, Nescafe, that like you are getting all powders will be instant coffee, ma'am. Okay, this will be a Robusta, sir. You can see the leaves are bigger in size and plants are wider, so we call it as Robusta, that like we call it, sir. And you can see the fruits of a coffee, ma'am. Okay, you can see the red color cherries, no, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, you can see the red color cherries, no, sir? Okay. So, got it, sir? Yes. Okay, so you can see the red color cherries, they are the coffee fruits, sir. Okay, here you can see, sir. Okay, ma'am, you got it, no, ma'am? Yes, ma'am. Okay, this will be a coffee fruits, ma'am. Okay, this coffee yearly once only we are getting a season. Yearly once we are getting a season. The season will be February and March will be a season. So you cannot get that much fruits, sir. Okay, that is the reason, ma'am. Okay, February and March will be season. Harvest is over, sir. Just the samples we kept. Okay, generally, sir, from a one tree we are getting 6 to 8 kgs of fruits in a year, ma'am. 6 to 8 kg in a year we are getting. And generally, the shelf life of a tree will be 100 years will be shelf life, sir. Once if you plant means 100 years it can be alive, sir. Okay, from a starting only, from a planting only, you don't get a harvest, ma'am. Up to 3 years you must wait, sir. You must wait. Then after 3 years they will start their harvest. Up to 97 years you will get a good harvest and best harvest. In the last 3 years they just decrease their production, then plant will be dying. This will be a procedure, ma'am. Okay, generally, ma'am, the plants they can grow nearly 10 to 12 feet they can grow, sir. But that much height will be a very difficult to manage them or maintaining them. For plucking also it will be a very difficult. For that purpose we are trimming for 4 to 5 feet. We are just trimming out. It is easier for maintaining and easier for plucking also, sir. In February and March, ma'am. Just a minute, ma'am. I'll bring your coffee seat. Okay, we can go.
Okay.
Okay, so in February and March, we just pluck these fruits, sir, and we dry them in 8 days in the sunlight. We are just drying them, ma'am. 8 days in the sunlight, we are just drying them. After drying, sir, the color of beans, the red color, they turns into blackish in color. This will be a color, ma'am. Okay, then we just crash this one. And we break the skin. We peel the skin, sir. So we are having a 2 seats, sir. Okay, 1 seats for you. Okay, you just see the seeds, ma'am, and you smell the seeds, ma'am. Okay, that will be a seeds. Okay, you want another one, sir? Okay, so you smell, you don't get any smell or any aroma of coffee, you don't get anything, ma'am, because it is not processed one, sir.
Yes.
You don't get anything because it is not a processed one. It must be roasted, sir. It must be roasted in 80 degree for 40 minutes. If you roast them, you'll get that flavor, that aroma and that blackness after roasting only, ma'am. Then we do the powder. Generally, sir, if you do a powder of a Robusta, you don't get as a finest powder, you don't get, ma'am, as a rough powder you're getting. That powder will be rough in color and they do not dissolve in a water or milk. Like a chai. While you prepare a chai, you need one filter and strainer, right? No, ma'am? Yes. Okay, for this also you need a filter and strainer, so we call it as filter coffee, that like we call it. Okay, that is the thing we are calling as a filter coffee. Generally that powder will be not dissolved, that is the thing. Okay, the botanical name of a Robusta will be Coffea canopera, will be a botanical name, so the scientific name is Coffea canopera. And generally, ma'am, I will memorize you. Okay, yearly once we are getting a season. February and March will be season. From one tree we are getting 6 to 8 kg and self life is 100 years. Botanical name is Coffea canopera and they can grow nearly 10 to 12 feet, but it will be difficult. For that purpose, we are trimming for 4 to 5 feet. This is about a Robusta just for filter purpose, and Arabica I will explain you, and I will tell you about vegetation process, everything. I will explain you later, ma'am. It is okay, no, sir?
Okay. 1 minute. What is this?
Okay, that will be a flower. I will explain. Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Generally, ma'am, you can see the flowers, the black colors. You can see, no, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get it, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, you are getting, no, sir? Okay, that will be a flowers of coffee, sir. But exact fresh flowers are exactly same like a jasmine. Now it is dried one, sir. Okay, jasmine. Same like a jasmine, ma'am.
Mogra, yeah.
Mogra. You got it, no, sir? Jasmine. Okay. While coming in a road, have you saw, sir, white color flowers? The plantation will be whitish in color.
No, I haven't seen.
Okay. Generally, sir, I think some places they are doing this flowers, you can see in some places, ma'am. But in our plantation, it is over, sir. It is dried one, ma'am.
Okay.
Generally, these flowers are exactly same like a jasmine. For seeing also, for smelling also, it is same like a
Same
jasmine.
like jasmine.
Yes,
Okay.
after drying, you get a brackish in color. After flowers, ma'am, you will get this small berries, ma'am. This will be next year harvest, sir. They are not this year harvest. They are the next year harvest. Okay. They are taking a 10 months of a duration to become as a one fruit, sir. 10 months means the next year you are getting this harvest.
Okay.
Next February, March, it will be ready for plucking, sir.
Okay.
This is about a coffee, sir.
Okay, sir. Are there leeches in this?
Yes, ma'am. One rainfall is flowed means you can see plenty leeches, ma'am.
Not now.
Not now, ma'am. It is a summer, no, ma'am. Summer you cannot find any leeches and snakes also, ma'am.
Snakes also.
Yeah, you can.
Longevity of the years.
This is the bay leaf.
Bay leaf, not a coffee tree. The longevity.
This leaves was bigger in size also, sir. Okay, leaves are smaller. This leaves are bigger in size. And generally the fruits, ma'am. The Robusta seeds was a smaller in size, sir, but this will be a longer, sir. Okay, they are very longer and they are oval in shape also. They are oval and they are longer, sir. But that will be a round in shape and they are smaller also, sir. That is the difference. It's bigger leaves but a smaller fruit, but a smaller leaves, bigger fruit, sir. That is the difference, ma'am. And this Arabica we are using only for instant purpose. Why we are using only for instant purpose? What is the reason? Means if you grind this one, sir, you will get a finest powder that will be dissolved in a water, sir. But they do not dissolve in a water. You will need a filter, ma'am. Okay, generally that is the reason. And if you powder this one, you will get a good aroma and good flavorness also. For that purpose, we are using for instant purpose. Generally, sir, yearly once we are getting a season, the season will be November and December will be season. From one tree we are getting 3 to 4 kg, just a 3 to 4 kg. But this one 6 to 8 kg, and self life was this will be a 20 years, but this will be a 100 years, ma'am. And when compared to price, this will be a little bit cheaper. That will be very expensive because only in South India only we are using a Robusta variety. Throughout world they are using Arabica, sir. That is the thing. They are expensive coffee also, ma'am. Okay, we pluck them and we roast them. I told you, sir. Okay, this roasting, sir, we are having a 3 types of roasting we are having, ma'am. Light roasting, medium roasting, dark roasting. Light, medium, dark. All we are roasting in the same temperature, but the timings of roasting will be different, ma'am. For light roasting it is 20 minutes, for medium roasted it is 40, and last one is 1 hour. 20, 40 and 1 hour will be time duration for roasting the seeds. Okay, this is light roasting, ma'am. Okay, do you know about a green coffee, ma'am? Have you tasted a green coffee?
No, I haven't. We haven't yet.
Ma'am? Green tea. Yes, green tea is quite famous, sir. Yes. Yeah, everyone tasted a green tea, no, sir? Yes. Yeah. You just tell me what will be a flavor. What is the taste of a green tea, sir?
It's a little bit bitter.
Yes, bitter.
Bitterness.
Okay. Bitter, no, sir? Yes. Not a bitter sour, ma'am. It is bitter. Yes.
Bitter.
Okay, ma'am. The bitter taste. Okay. This green tea is a bitter taste. Better than the green tea is a green coffee, we can say, sir. Very bitter, very raw smell. That will be a green coffee, ma'am. And how we are preparing is from a Robusta variety, sir. Robusta seeds, if you roast them in 80 degree for 40 minutes, means it is a drinking coffee, we can call it as. In 80 degree for 40 minutes, if you drink, that will be a drinking coffee. But the same seeds we are roasting in 80 degree for 20 minutes, ma'am, that is a green coffee. Generally, ma'am, 80 degree for 20 minutes we are roasting a Robusta seeds. So you don't get any flavor of a coffee, any aroma of a coffee. You are getting a bitterness and raw smell, and a color of a seeds will be whitish in color, and you are getting a powder as a white color powder also, ma'am. Generally for tasting it is very average in taste, and for health purpose, like a weight loss and diabetes is the best medicine, we can say. Not with the sugar or jaggery, with the honey you must use, sir. That is a green coffee, ma'am. White coffee also we call it as white coffee, green coffee, one and the same, sir. That will be a light roasted and a medium roasted, sir. Medium roasted is nothing but we are drinking, no, sir, filter coffee or instant coffee which we are using, all will be medium roasted, sir. It is roasted in 80 degree for 40 minutes, Robusta or Arabica, sir. Yes, this will be drinking coffee. And last one is a dark roasted, sir. In a CCDs, you are getting cappuccino, espresso, latina, that like you are getting in a CCD, sir. All are not a Robusta, they are only the Arabica, sir. Arabica, ma'am, if you roast them in 80 degree for 40 minutes, if you roast them, see, you will get a more strongness and you will get a more, this one, the flavor will be increased, sir. The thing in a coffee, sir, how much you roast them, you will get a more strongness and a bitterness you are getting, sir. Then we do the powder, ma'am. Okay, generally, in India, we are having plenty brands we are having, sir. All this brand, they are using a purely Robusta, purely Arabica. Do you think, sir?
No,
No,
maybe
ma'am?
no.
Yes, sir. You are
There,
right, sir. Okay. As a pure Robusta and as a pure Arabica, no company or no brands, they are not using purest coffee, sir. Because the reason 100% of coffees are, they are very expensive and they are having a bitterness, ma'am, and they are stronger also. And mild state will be very less. For that purpose, if they sell in as this form, so no one will be buying this coffee because they are bitter and they are expensive. For that purpose, no one will be buying. For that purpose, we are maintaining a two methods, ma'am. One is a mild method, another one is blended method. Mild and blended. Okay, ma'am. Mild method is nothing but, ma'am, along with the coffee powder, we are using one adulteration. It is called as chicory. I think Kerala, you know about chicory, no, ma'am? Yes. Ma'am, you got it, chicory, sir? You got?
Chicory.
Okay, sir. Generally in the north, you might not knowing. Okay. Chicory. Okay, so chicory coffee, that like we call as. What is this chicory? It is not a variety of coffee, sir. It is one adulteration to the coffee, ma'am. Okay, it is not a variety of coffee. It is a different plant only. In a UP, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, they are growing this plant. They are same like a radish plant. They are similar like a radish plant. The plant's roots we are using as a root. Chicory, ma'am. The plant's root we are using as a chicory. Okay, these roots we pluck them and we do the powder, sir. The powder will be white, brownish in the, sorry, same like a coffee powder. They do not have any smell and they do not have any flavor, sir. They seem like a mud, we can say, sir. This mud or this chicory we add with the coffee to dilute the coffee to get in a cheaper price and to increase the quantity we are using, ma'am. So you are getting brew, Nescafe, that like you are getting in a cheaper price, no? All are chicory added coffee only, ma'am. They are chicory added coffee. Okay, how much they are adding? Oh, what will be a quantity means? Generally, sir, 80% of coffee powder and 20% of chicory in an instant coffee, and in a filter coffee 70% of coffee powder and 30% of chicory. This will be a combination how they use a chicory. If they add a more chicory, sir, their coffee flavor will be gone, sir, and generally that coffee will be not good for tasting also, ma'am. Original flavor will be gone, ma'am. And another thing, sir, this coffee powder you cannot keep many years also, ma'am. Just a 6 or 7 months. Because the reason, sir, chicory they absorb. That is the reason your brew and Nescafe, if you open and keep for some time, means it will be like a stone. Have you observed,
yeah.
Because of this reason, sir. Because of chicory, ma'am.
Okay.
And a purest coffee you can keep nearly 10 years without any damage, ma'am. But your spoon is wet. Yeah, 10 years, sir. But your spoon is wet means it will be spoiled, sir. Otherwise, you can keep nearly 10 years without any damage, sir. In an open condition also you can keep, ma'am. Okay, purest coffee. Like Starbucks, Davidoff, Nescafe Gold Brew Premium, Livista Classic, many companies they are having, sir. The powder price will be very expensive and generally they are very good for tasting. How they are preparing means blending, sir. 50% of Robusta and 50% of Arabica they are blending without this chicory. They are not using any chicory. They are using only the coffee powder. Okay, 50% of Robusta and 50% of Arabica, sir. They just blend them. Flavorness you are getting.
Filtering.
No, sir, that will be, I am telling, sir. Okay, generally 50% of Arabica and 50% of Robusta. And generally, sir, this will be filter. First, we do as a filter coffee only we do, sir. We get a decoction, no, ma'am. We get a decoction, no. That will be concentrated as we make as a powder. The finest powder, you will get that decoction, sir. Okay, that we just add this decoction or this concentrated powder with along with the Arabica and we just mix them. That will be a blended coffee, sir. Very good for tasting and they are very flavor. They are having a good flavor also, ma'am. You know, one brand only you are getting both, sir. Flavor plus strongness you are getting, that will be best coffee for using. But price wise they are expensive but they are good for tasting, ma'am. This powder you can keep nearly 10 years without any damage also, ma'am. Okay, that will be Starbucks, Davidoff, Nescafe Gold, that famous brands, ma'am. Okay, this is about a powdering of coffee. Plain varieties of coffee. So we are having a plenty varieties we are having, ma'am. How much I can explain, ma'am? Okay, let me explain. 3, sir? 3 or 2? 2 I will explain, sir. It is okay now, sir? Everyone, ma'am? Yes. Okay, sir. One is Buna coffee and another one is Civet coffee, sir. Buna and Civet. Okay, generally, sir, Buna coffee. It is one variety of coffee, sir. Generally, you know about Ethiopia. You know about Ethiopia. Coffee was originated from Ethiopia, ma'am.
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia.
Yeah.
You know, no, sir? Yeah. If you don't means, I want to tell the story. I think everyone knows about Ethiopia, the story of coffee.
No. We don't know that.
Don't brief, just simplify.
Very simplify I am explaining, ma'am. Okay, generally some Coffee was invented in a 12th century in Ethiopia in a Kaffa village, ma'am. In a Kaffa village in Ethiopia in a 12th century. But for India, sir, it was came by the 16th century, not by the British or any person. It is by an Indian person from a Karnataka person from a Chikmagalur, ma'am. Okay, the person name called as Baba Budan, ma'am. Baba Budan, he was a Muslim saint. Baba Budan, he was a Muslim saint. He was a Muslim, no, sir. His holy place, he visited a Mecca. He visited a Mecca, his holy place. And in a Mecca, sir, some people, they told him about a coffee. Have you tasted this coffee? Wow, very good for tasting, that like some people told, and he visited this Yemen, ma'am. Okay, this Yemen was in that time, sir, the Yemen was the main exporter for coffee, ma'am. Throughout world they are exporting this coffee from Yemen only, sir. Okay, this Yemen, sir, they are not selling as a raw seeds, they are not selling, only the roasted seeds they are using, because the reason, sir, raw seeds, sir, if they sell means they can grow in other countries, they can cultivate in other countries, no, for that purpose they are not selling as a raw seeds, only the roasted seeds they are selling, sir. Okay, he visited Yemen and he tasted a coffee, he attracted with the coffee, so he wanted to bring this coffee to India. So what he done means generally he smuggled that coffee, sir. How he smuggled means in his beer, ma'am. In his beer he brought a 7 seeds for India. In his beer he brought a 7 seeds in India. That was first planted in a Chandragiri Hills, in a Chikmagalur Chandragiri Hills. Nowadays it is called as Baba Budan Hills also, we call it as, ma'am. Baba Budan Giri, that like they called us. Okay, that was Arabica plant, ma'am. That was the first plant was introduced in India in the 16th century. It was Arabica. But later then the cultivation of coffee was not that much popular, sir. British came to India in the 17th century and they started the plantation of coffee and they spread over the India throughout South India, and they introduced Robusta also, sir. By the South Africa they introduced Robusta, ma'am. This will be a small story, just I cut it. Yes, sir. Okay, then I was explaining about a Buna coffee, sir. Ethiopia is the main place. Okay, near Ethiopia we are having a small village, it is called as Buna, we call as, ma'am. Okay, if you visit a Buna, sir, they will give as a welcome drink, as a coffee they are giving, as a 5 ml of coffee they are providing, sir. What is the special, what is the thing means, generally, sir, the same seeds of Robusta or Arabica, they just grind with the skin, with the skin, they roast them and they grind, sir. But that seeds, they put it in a sheep skin or a goat skin, they just put the seeds and they put a boiling water in them, sir, and they just boil that one, sir. Up to 2 hours, they just boil this coffee, ma'am. At the last of this 2 hours, after 2 hours, sir, they, in a pin, sir, they just put over one bowl there and they collect the decoction, sir. That decoction will be collected, sir, as a 5 ml of drinks they are providing for guest or a tourist, ma'am. Okay, just a 5 ml, ma'am. If you put in your mouth, the tongue is touched, it means only you can feel that bitterness and strongness. You will get an imbalance, ma'am. The body will be imbalanced and generally you will get a nervous and this sweating will be done and you will get a unconscious also because of drinking this coffee, sir. That much strong will be a Buna coffee. At the end of the drink, sir, they will put one sugar cube in your mouth, sir. That will be a final stage, ma'am. That much strong will be a Buna coffee. If you have a chance to visit a Buna, sir, you just try this coffee. One will be an experience also, sir. Okay, this will be a Buna coffee, one of the strongest coffee in the world, ma'am. Okay, why they are that much strong means in a sheep skin and with the skin we are roasting, no, sir. That is the thing, ma'am. Boiling temperature will be more, that is the thing. The caffeine will be more generated, sir. That is the thing, ma'am. Okay, this is about a Buna coffee, and another one is a coffee luwak, sir. Sweet coffee we call it. Okay, sir, we are having one expensive coffee in the world, sir. Most expensive coffee in the world, that is coffee luwak we call it, or a sweet coffee, ma'am. We are having one cat, sir. It is called as Asian sweet cat we call it. That cats, they are eating a coffee fruits, ma'am. They are digesting, so the poop of this cat we are using as a coffee powder, sir. The poop of this cat we are using as a coffee powder, sir. Okay, for 1 cup it is $100, sir. In Indian rupees, 8,200 rupees cup. 8,200 rupees cup. And generally, why we are using that coffee? What is the special in that coffee, ma'am? They are eating the seeds, no, sir. In the stomach of these cats, the fermentation takes place, flavor and aroma will be increasing, so the caffeine means the caffeine will be taken by the cat. Without a caffeine, like a decaf coffee, you are getting that seeds. For that purpose we are using this coffee, sir. Okay, you know, you don't get a mind to drink this coffee, sir, but once if you try means you never leave this coffee, ma'am. Never.
It is coming from Australia.
Australia not, sir. It is from Indonesia, in Bali they are doing, ma'am. Quite famous in Bali, ma'am. Okay, if you try means you never leave, sir. That much flavor, that much aroma there.
Eating only fruits and all.
Same fruits, but a digestive system of this cat, that makes the flavorness. Okay, that will be a sweet coffee luwak also we call it as, ma'am. One of the, no, ma'am, nowadays they started in elephant, ma'am, because you will get a more poop now, ma'am. That is a black event coffee. It is in Africa, in Kenya they are doing, sir, by elephants. Okay, same digestive system, you don't get a caffeine for that purpose. Okay, so about a caffeine means I want to tell you about a caffeine. Generally, so in a Robusta or in a Arabica, how much caffeine we are having means in a medium roasted, so in a 1 cup of medium roasted, in a 100 millicups, we are having 2.8 to 2.9 mg of caffeine in a Robusta, and in a Arabica, ma'am, we are having 1.2 to 1.7 mg of caffeine. That will be a caffeine percentage in Arabica. So Arabica is less caffeine and they are very good for health also. Generally, if you want a kickness of a caffeine means you must try the filter coffee only. So we are South Indians, we are addicted with the caffeine, so we are drink only the filter coffee. That is the reason, ma'am. Okay, generally, ma'am, nowadays you are getting a decaf coffee also. That will be a more without a caffeine, more healthy also. So what is the thing? What will be a side effect of caffeine means generally, sir, with the caffeine you are getting migration, vomiting, diarrhea, and headache, that like problems. Without a caffeine also you are not getting this problem. For that purpose they are using. Okay, the natural process we are having more decaf coffee, ma'am, but the natural process will be civet cat. They are very expensive. Common people they cannot buy. For that purpose we are preparing from chemical reactions. Sir, I want to explain that one means it will be taking a time. I just explain in a few words. Okay, we just roast them and we put it in water and we give the pressure of a carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide they attract the caffeine. Without a caffeine you are getting, that's it. In a 1 cup you are having a 0.2 mg of caffeine, very less caffeine. So the USA people they are drinking only the decaf coffee, but a flavor wise or a strong wise they are very less, ma'am, because we are soaking in water. That is the thing, sir. Okay, about a vegetation of a coffee means a 28 to 30 degree temperature is should, sir, and only in a hill station we are growing this coffee because the water should not be stagnant. It will be running water, flowing water is very good, sir. And a rainfall nearly 150 to 200 centimeters of rainfall is should, ma'am, but in a Coorg we are getting 300 to 400 centimeters. Well and good, sir, no need to do any irrigation for coffee because they are managing that water, sir. And rainfall, sunlight, sir, nearly 30% of sunlight and 70% of shade is required. That is the reason we are growing a lot of trees in a Coorg. This is the reason, sir. And soil combination, black and red soil, is very good for coffee, ma'am. And a maintenance wise means very easy, ma'am. Yearly once we are getting a season, yearly once the plucking is done, labor cost will be less and working also will be very less, sir. And pesticides, you don't get a single pesticide 100 years or 20 years will be a guarantee for plants means you just plant this one and you just forgot the plant, ma'am, because you don't get a single pesticide also, ma'am. There's a natural antibodies also we can call it as, sir. Okay, one minus point we are having, sir, that is a dropping problem, sir, because of heavy rainfall, sir. You can see the next year harvest, this will be a next year harvest, they will be fall down because of heavy rainfall. So okay, that will be a minus point. And fertilizers, we must put a fertilizers like a chemical we must put, ma'am, otherwise you don't get a good yield or a size of a yield will be very less. For that purpose we are using a chemical fertilizers like a NPK. We are using nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium per plant as a 5 grams yearly twice. One is in pre-monsoon, another one is in post-monsoon. Okay, generally botanical name is Coffea Canifera and Coffea arabica is a botanical name. This is about a coffee. So any doubts regarding coffee, ma'am?
No,
nothing, sir.
We think you have explained well.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, it is okay, no sir. Nothing, no sir. Any question means you can ask, ma'am.
Here,
all are planted
all
together, sir. All are 25. All are 25 years plants, sir.
20.
Yes, 25, sir. Yes, ma'am.
One thing I have heard that in a coffee garden you plant rose tree.
Yeah, ma'am, that is
Rosewood.
Rosewood we are not planting, ma'am. Okay. I think you mistaken, ma'am. That will be a rosemary. That like not they are not a rosemary also. Okay. They are silver oak. I will explain there.
Silver oak.
Yes,
okay. ভালো লাগছে, 600 টাকাটা কিন্তু একেবারেই বৃথা যাচ্ছে না। প্রথমে যেরকম ভেবেছিলাম যে সেরকম কিছু নয়, বাট এই এক্সপিরিয়েন্সটা অসাধারণ। আমি বলবো সবাইকে একবার হলেও এখানে এসে যখন কুর্গে এসেছেন আসবেন, অবভিয়াসলি এটা দেখে যাবেন। And our guide is very
okay, this I was telling about a silver okay, rosemary something you told me.
Oak.
Okay, they are not this silver rosemary, ma'am. They are exactly same like a rosemary. They are not a rosemary. We call it silver oak, we call it, ma'am. Silver oak we call it, sir. Okay, why we are growing in a Coorg, sir? It is a just common tree also, sir. Okay, why we are growing this tree means in a huge amount. Why we are growing means the reason, sir, they are one of the irrigation plant or a supportive tree for coffee, ma'am. They are just a one supportive tree, sir. Okay. In a monsoon season, sir, in a rainy season, the roots of the silver oak, they just holds the water, they stores the water. And in a summer, sir, because of the heat of the sun, the roots, they are just evaporating, ma'am. Means sweating, sir. They are passing their moisture. They just pass their moisture. That moisture will be captured by the coffee plant. For that purpose, we are growing in a huge amount. We are growing this silver oak for irrigation purpose. We are growing, ma'am.
Okay.
And 90% of food we are using for plywood purpose. Plywoods you are getting, no, sir?
Yes.
The furniture plywoods.
Yes.
For that purpose, we are using a 90% of plywoods from a silver oaks only, ma'am. And a 10% we are using for that parcel box mango apple parcel box,
Yes.
cotton wood, scrap wood. For that purpose, we are using a silver oak, ma'am. Okay, why we call it silver oak means okay, just see there, ma'am. The sun is shining means the color of the leaves will be in a silverish in color, so we call it silver oaks. We call it,
Okay.
ma'am. Are you getting, sir?
Yes.
Yeah. For that purpose, we call it as silver oaks. And generally, sir, this will be just a 6 to 7 years plant. Or in a 10 years, so you'll get this hugeness, this bigness. We cut the tree and we are using for plywood purpose. Okay, 60 to 70 years will be a self life, sir. But in a 10 years, we are cutting a tree, and generally the self life. Sorry, botanical name is southern silky oak is a botanical name, sir. Okay, this is about a silver oak, ma'am. Okay, the local peoples, the Coorg peoples, you know, no?
You.
Yes. Okay, the Coorg peoples we call as mother of coffee. Also, we call as. Okay,
Okay.
because the reason they are providing water so for that purpose. Okay, mother of coffee. And why it is called as Coorg? Do you know the reason, sir? Okay, 60% of Coorg people are living in a Coorg, so we call it Coorg. That like we call it, ma'am. That is the thing, ma'am.
That's good.
Ma'am, I was explained two varieties of coffee, that is Robusta and Arabica, ma'am. The last variety was a Liberian variety. I did not explain you, and I told you it is not grown in India. It is grown only in Brazil and Kenya also, I told you, ma'am. Okay, the last variety is this one, ma'am. Okay, you can see the samples of the last variety, sir.
Okay.
Liberian variety. Yes.
Chocolate.
Yes. Okay, you can see the plant only, sir. They are bigger, and the size of the fruits are bigger, and generally they are huge in size also, huge in number also, ma'am. Okay. Generally, sir, this Liberian variety, why we are not growing in India? What is the reason? The reason means, generally, ma'am, they are very strong and very bitter in taste. If you drink in this temperature, your body temperature will be increasing, ma'am. If you drink in this temperature, the body temperature will be increasing. For that purpose, we are not. But cold temperature, you can have this coffee, ma'am. You can control this temperature, sir. But in a cooler place also, they are not drinking because of their bitterness. Few people only they are drinking for increasing our body temperature. Most of the people, they are not drinking this Liberian variety. And generally, sir, you are getting a dark chocolate. You are getting, no, ma'am. Okay, there's dark chocolates you are getting, no, sir. Okay, chocolate means it is from a cocoa and from a cream only they are preparing a chocolate, sir. But this cocoa, they do not have that is strongness, they do not have, sir, and bitterness they do not have, and darkness they do not have. For getting a darkness and bitterness, we are using a Liberian essence, so just a drops we are using, ma'am. For that purpose only, we are using this Liberian variety. Okay, we are not using for consumption, and small amount only we are using for essence. For that purpose, they do not have a market value. Our market price will be very cheaper, sir. For that purpose, we are not growing in India. If you grow also, you don't get a good price for that purpose, sir. Okay, generally, ma'am, this Liberian variety yearly once we are getting a season. March and April will be a season. From one tree we are getting 12 to 15 kgs we are getting. But when compared to price, sir, 2 kgs of Arabica is not equal for 10 kgs, sir. That much cheaper will be this Liberian coffee, sir. Okay, generally, ma'am, how we are plucking this? All the coffee, sir, we are plucking manually. One we are plucking, selecting our fruits that like we are plucking, ma'am. But this one we cannot pluck that like, sir. So we do March and April will be a season. Till the April ending, sir, we just wait them because it must be over ripened. It must turn into blackish in color, sir. And we just put one tapper-like structure and we climb the tree, just shaking the tree, sir. The fruits will be fallen, that fruits we are collecting, ma'am. Okay, this is about a Liberian variety. They are grown in Brazil and Kenya. For chocolate purpose, they are using, ma'am. Yes, this is about a Liberian.
কফি প্রসেসিং চলছে এখন। দিস ইজ দ্য মেশিন। এই হচ্ছে সেই মেশিনটা। এই যে দিস আর দ্য বিনস, रोस्टेड बीन्स। ओके,
सर आ गया
या
और भी आना है। अभी आप प्लांट से कॉफ़ी का फल देखे है ना
जी।
वो प्लग करके 20 डेज सन ड्राई करने के बाद है ना कॉफ़ी बीन्स ऐसे मिलते हैं।
जी,
देख सकते हो, स्मेल भी नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है।
नहीं,
अभी मैं इसको पाउडर करे तो इससे ग्रीन कॉफ़ी फॉर वेट लॉस, फैट बर्निंग के लिए पूरा अच्छा होगा। ये दिख रहे हैं ना, ये कॉफ़ी का रोस्टिंग मशीन, इधर डालते हैं कॉफ़ी को रोस्टिंग के लिए। देख सकते हैं कॉफ़ी रोस्ट हुए कि नहीं देखने के लिए सैंपल। कॉफ़ी पूरा रोस्ट होने के बाद इधर नीचे कर दिया, कॉफ़ी पूरा नीचे कर देते हैं। ये कूलर है, 20 to 25 मिनट से कूलिंग हो जाते हैं और बीन्स पूरा हॉट रहते हैं ना, उसीलिए बीन्स पूरा कूलिंग होने के बाद स्टोर करके ग्राइंडिंग के लिए डालते हैं। एक कॉफ़ी का क्रशिंग मशीन है। इधर क्रस्ट करने के बाद आप देख सकते हो प्योर कॉफ़ी का कलर ऐसा रहेगा।
जी,
प्योर कॉफ़ी का कलर गोल्डन ब्राउन है। अभी इसको एक ब्रांड बढ़ाना है, वो लोग क्या करते हैं, चिकोरी करके मिलाते हैं। चिकोरी मिलाने से क्या होगा, कॉफ़ी का दाम कम होगा। इसीलिए आप देख सकते हो आपको कॉफ़ी ओपन रखने से जम जाते हैं, स्टिकी हो जाते हैं। बिना चिकोरी वाला आपको 15 से 18 साल रख के यूज़ कर सकते हो। कोई में चिकोरी मिक्स करे तो आपको 2 महीने से पूरा जम जाते हैं चिकोरी वजह से। कॉफी कभी भी जमता नहीं है, चिकोरी वजह से कॉफी जम जाते हैं। आइए
কফি বাগান কি ঘন, আমরা কফি বনের ভেতর দিয়ে যাচ্ছি।
ಗೊತ್ತಂಡೆ
My group just come for this side.
ওকে ওকে, মে আই নো ইউর নেম?
My name, sir. Kritik, ma'am.
কৃতিক।
Yes, ma'am.
ওকে।